I think you understand English a little bit better than maybe you were kidding me in the first place. But
yeah, it's my baby, my husband.
Okay. Well, we'll sort you out an interpreter, but you're going to be going back to the station, okay?
Communist baby.
Yeah, what's in there?
My son.
Just show me what's in there.
It costs about 60 pence to produce, £5 to sell on. So it's one hell of a profit margin for people.
Have you got your passport here? Something your name on?
My
Passport?
My no passport.
What's your name then?
The family in this house comes from Fujian province, where Ray from Adidas found the child labourers.
With these people here, a lot of them we found have actually come illegally into the country and are having to sell DVDs or sell some sort of counterfeit goods to pay back the money they've paid in order to get into England. But they tend to be very private. It's very difficult getting information out of them to find out exactly, you know, how they came here, what they're doing here, who they're working for. It's very secretive.
Seizures of counterfeit DVDs have doubled in the past 2 years. They're now distributed through every city in Britain.
It's very well organised. I mean, to produce some of these discs, you know, you have to buy all the burners. There's some discs in there which are pressed discs, which means that it's gone into a machine that's been pressed as opposed to be burnt on like a multiple burner. That takes a lot of money to set up. I mean, you're looking at £800 million a year in England alone. That's a very serious crime, very nice sum of money to be earning, and it's the people at the top of the chain we're looking to get.
Sit down.
No, I'm fine. Cheers.
The people smugglers have found a way to double their money by getting the illegal immigrants to make and sell fakes to pay for their passage into this country. The sellers are the most likely to get caught, even though their share of the profits is minimal.
Basically, while we're emptying the house, this man has pulled up outside, and we've gone out and spoken to him and invited him in, whereas one of my colleagues have arrested him. He's got a large amount of cash on him, and as you can see, the boot is absolutely full of some sort of counterfeit DVDs, whether they be porn or the mainstream Disney titles, not too sure.
The women who lived in this house were later released.
Is that from this room, is it?
The men are still waiting to be prosecuted. Meanwhile, the culture of copying to get rich has hit the British high streets. We live in a consumer society, with demand driven by a media paid to deliver us to their advertisers, the brands.
For example, Madonna and also Stella McCartney.
Topshop, a chain that has risen to retail greatness on the back of its ability to sell cheap versions of catwalk fashions, is launching its new line of clothes based on the much photographed wardrobe of supermodel Kate Moss, the face of Burberry.
Yes, everybody does. So, because it's amazing, it's got everything at cheaper prices that we'd have on the catwalk.
What's good about it?
Sort of clothes copied straight off the catwalk into the high street at affordable prices. That's what's good about it. Inspired by.
What does that mean?
It's inspired by what's on the catwalks. You can make of that what you will.
Having made a career out of wearing £1,000 dresses, Kate Moss is helping Topshop sell their imitations for 50 quid, made in Chinese factories. It seems few of us care if the goods we buy are copies or originals, so long as they look like the real thing. Knockoffs have become fashionable, even amongst the shopping elite. In Knightsbridge, Denise Hewitt is heading for her Botox treatment.
The Balenciaga bags, that's very in at the moment. Also the Chloe bags. And there's also the new bag at the moment, Marc Jacobs is the new bag that's out at the moment with the chains, the big thick chains. The real bags would cost probably in the region of £1,000 plus, But the designer fake ones, probably about 30, 40, 50 pound, I would say.
How do you get fakes?
The fakes I can buy in New York, in Dubai, in Thailand, even in Marbella. Just through friends of friends that know people that have got very, very good fake bags. Yeah, a guy called Billy the Bag in Marbella has got the best bags in the whole wide world, the fake bags, I think anyway. And every time I'm in Marbella, I spend some time with Billy just to have a look at his bags, you know. Our girlfriends will be there and I'll be in England and they'll say, Billy's got this bag, Billy's got that bag. So I always know I can get a good fake bag from Billy the Bag.
Relax.
Oh, have a look at the bag on the floor. That's a fake bag. There was a 6-month waiting list for this bag. And if I had waited 6 months, it wouldn't have been in fashion, it would have been coming out of fashion. It would have been out of fashion by the time I got it. And if I had spent over £1,000 for it, whereas that one cost me €100. And
The most exclusive brands still won't admit they're competing with counterfeits.
Yeah, it's really, I think it's very good quality knockoff.
And it seems many of the multinationals tacitly accept that getting faked is just the price they pay for getting their goods made in China. But as the fakes get better, cheaper and more plentiful, the monster they've ignored for so long is becoming a threat to consumers.
Luxury goods just represent now 1% of what we seized. But, you know, they've got the power to put pressure on the politician makers, on the public awareness, they've got these powers.
World Customs Officer Christoph Zimmermann's come to London to pursue his organisation's war on counterfeiting. Whilst the faking industry is quietly spreading over the world, the closest the designer labels get to publicly acknowledging the issue is turning up to a fancy lunch hosted by an American fashion magazine.
I'm very excited about this. We're introducing a website, hopefully by the middle to end of March, and it will be called fakesareineverinfashion.com. And it's meant to...
The world's biggest criminal industry was going to be defeated by a website inviting users to join the fashion police and report counterfeit retailers.
I now have the pleasure of introducing our keynote speaker today. It's an honor to have Christoph Zimmermann with us. Mr. Zimmermann is an anti-counterfeiting expert and works with the World Intellectual Property Organization, Interpol, and now World Customs. Please welcome Mr. Christoph Zimmermann.
Thanks a lot. Bon appétit, we say in French. Show your meal. Well, if you are expecting a political discourse, you will be very disappointed. We can make a website, we can have public awareness. It doesn't work because in front of us, we've got fraud organizations which got more money than us. They are more clever than us. They do what they want, when they want. A couple of weeks ago, in the UK, they seized 400 kilos of counterfeit medicine, but not the traditional counterfeit medicine like that, you know. Everybody knows that. The blue pills with anti-counterfeiting hologram counterfeited, of course. But this case is much more impressive. It's for the breast cancer. Okay. So we are not talking anymore about Viagra or whatever, we're talking about breast cancer.
Fakes have moved on from designer handbags to potentially lethal medicines, and it's impossible for the untrained eye to tell the difference.
One day, you will eat a fake medicine. One day, you will have a problem with foodstuff. You imagine that you've got waffle, counterfeit mineral water, counterfeit apple, counterfeit roses. We found that. we found counterfeit medicines in the pharmacy. So it's time to react, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you for your attention.
Christophe, you made me very nervous.
Zimmerman represents customs officers all over the world. They're powerless to stop the counterfeits because many brands won't even help them identify their own copies.
I've been what I have to be. I mean, I've been a little bit provocative sometimes, just to explain we need their cooperation, we need your help, because at 3 o'clock in the morning we will be not able to detect even a Louis Vuitton counterfeit bags if we don't have the technical details coming from the right holder. So the cry of the bottom of the custom officer was, please help us.
The brands went to China in order to make money, but they've unwittingly also unleashed a counterfeit industry that they appear incapable or unwilling of stopping.
Our purpose, our concern is to know where this money is going. When you are selling a Louis Vuitton or Burberry handbag, this money is going somewhere. It's 500 billion US dollars per year, so that's the main important issue.
In the next program, we uncover counterfeiting's hidden victims. We go in search of the global crime syndicates that are now smuggling lethal fakes in industrial quantities.
All the international fraud organizations have another way for money laundering. You will earn more money if you sell 1 kilo of pirated CD than if you sell 1 kilo of marijuana. It's easy, it's so easy.
Following their networks from the Far East, through Africa and America, all the way to the British High Street.
I totally trusted the chemist to give me the proper medication. So I don't know if they're fake or not. It's hard to tell. I don't think anybody will ever know.
Taking a shot at some of the greatest questions in physics. Expand your mind with Stephen Hawking, Master of the Universe, next on 4.